The gas prices went up at some gas stations 40 cents overnight, some even more. Insanity. I was at Walmart, I saw it $3.77, and even then I was like, damn, that's cheap. I hadn't even woke up the next morning yet. The next morning, $4.29. These gas prices is crazy. I'm gonna go put on my other lash again.
Cameron, Missouri. Yes, the only electric company that we get to choose to have. There's no other options, remind you. I can't shop around. I can't change it. I just have to bend over and pay it. Isn't that crazy? I've lived in my house for 7.5 years. My electric bill in the summer has never been past $325. And why the F this month I look at my electric bill and girl, it's $547 from the spike rates. $547, that's right. That's right. It's double almost of what it normally runs. Double. Because of this new bill our governor decided to pass. Yeah, double.
Outrage is growing across Missouri as many Trump voters say their utility and other bills have skyrocketed, some claiming costs have now tripled. As families struggle to keep up with rising energy expenses, serious questions are being raised about affordability and survival. Watch until the end and hear these powerful stories from Missourians facing a deepening financial crisis.
Hi, I live in Missouri, and I just paid my bill of $300 for my electric bill on July 13th, okay? And I just got another bill saying that I owe $447 by August 5th. I had paid $350 on July 9th. I'm outraged. It's like, I don't believe this is even possible. That's not even a month. It's almost superseding my rent. I don't understand how this is legal. I only live in one room in my whole house. I only go in my one room, and I keep my air conditioner on 70, but I block off all the vents and I hang sheets in the doorways so it won't go down my stairwell. Okay. And I don't know what we're going to do about this. In Missouri, my Ameren bill is just, it's so outrageous. Look at this here. It's $665. And this is in June. $665 in June. I'm like, I can't understand how it's costing this much when I'm barely home and barely using it. It's outrageous. I don't know what to do. It's like I want to call the police or get a lawyer, you know? It's highway robbery. I don't understand. I'm a single waitress that doesn't make any money. How am I supposed to pay my rent and every single cent I make goes towards bills, and I'm always in a deficit by like $300 every month, and the bill keeps racking up, and I keep putting a little bit here just to keep them quiet, like just pay like just enough to make them not shut shit off, but I can't get out. I can't get out of it.
I don't know how people are going to survive. In 2025, I had 2 different cars, and I spent to fill up my tank between $31 and $41. One was a Ford Fusion, and I am now in a Kia Sorento. It was $55.61 to fill my tank up today. Oh God, help us this year.
The last at least 2 months, it's been really rough.
Pam White runs the Malden Nutrition Center in Dunklin County, and she says the center delivers meals to dozens of seniors in Malden and Clarkton.
I was only having to fill up once a month, and it was getting me through everything, and now I'm going to the station at least twice a month.
But with gas prices up more than 40% since the start of the Iran conflict, White says the center has reduced deliveries to Malden to once a week, and seniors in Clarkton only get the meals twice a month.
It's really put a hurt on us, trying to deliver those meals daily. We just can't do that anymore.
She says many of the seniors rely on the service.
Well, some of them don't even have food in their house. I've had them call and tell me that they're hungry and they don't have the food.
Without the meal deliveries, White says the seniors lose more than food.
These people, if they don't get this meal, they don't have a wellness check. It's absolutely a needed program in this area.
If you woke up needing gas this morning, you were unlucky, just like me. The price of gas skyrocketed 10 cents overnight, 20 cents up from last week. I'm here in Missouri right now. Gas is $3.79 a gallon.
I've been driving for about 10 years already, and I have never seen gas get this hot. We have $4.29.
Grocery prices are way down. Used car prices are way down. Look at eggs. Eggs are down by 4, even 5 times. Remember when I took over, eggs were so high?
I just left Walmart. I decided that I was going to grocery shop. I don't know, like the budget doesn't count. I didn't even buy that much stuff. I did have to get 2 presents for my son for his birthday, like very small presents. And we were out of all meat and all vegetables, and like I basically haven't been grocery shopping in a couple weeks, like real grocery shopping. I spent almost $600. I thought I was going to die when I saw the total.
Man, look at these prices, boy. Trump got these damn tariffs on his meat, boy. Look how much, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. Some of them tariffs ain't real, man. Them tariffs is real, man. Trump bullshit, bro. Look at this. $82 just for that.
When I make a video about people living on minimum wage, trying to pay their bills and trying to pay for food and other necessities, like healthcare, medicine, housing, car payments, insurance, those other little things, utility bills, kids' lunches. It's always a man that comes in my comments every damn time. And he tells me how much he's spending at the grocery store. And tonight the big comment was prime rib, $8.99. Not unless they've started selling canner beef to the public.
So I live in northeastern Missouri, and it's about $3.99, $4 for just regular unleaded.
I just spent $400 at Walmart on a big grocery order and some cleaning supplies. I don't feel like it's $400 worth of stuff though. Here is what we got for $400. I also wanted to add that this isn't even a full grocery haul. I buy all of my meat in bulk, or I grow it myself. I get milk from a neighbor who has a dairy cow. I grow and can most of my own produce. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
If you live in Missouri, your electric bill could go up in the coming years, and that's not because of your AC or your heat. The state is seeing a massive boom in data centers. There are nearly 60 right now, including a huge campus for Meta in Kansas City. These places use an insane amount of energy. The largest ones proposed in the country could use nuclear reactor levels of power. Critics say you might get stuck paying for the grid upgrades needed to support them. There's even a state law that allows utilities to charge residents in advance for new power plants. Ameren says don't worry, their contracts force big tech to pay their own way, but consumer groups aren't convinced.
I'm a Missourian. I grew up hearing about how we're the backbone of this country. And for years since I moved back, I've listened to Congressman Jason Smith tell us that he's one of us. He calls himself a fourth-generation farm owner. He posts the photos in the fields. He's always thinking and talking about how he's our unwavering friend in D.C. But on April 30th, 2026, when it actually mattered, when the 2026 Farm Bill finally came up for a vote, where was he? He wasn't there. According to Roll Call 154, you've got not voting next to Jason Smith's name. I'm tired of all of us in rural America being used as a backdrop for a campaign photo. I'm tired of being told someone understands our needs while they're busy skipping the votes that define our future. If you're a, quote, champion for rural America, you show the hell up. You don't hide behind a not voting status because the bill wasn't exactly what you wanted. You fight for what you can get and you let your people know where you stand.
Literally haven't been out all day. Just saw that gas went up 20 cents. It's now $4.19 here in my small town in Missouri. And I am about to start an OnlyFans based off my feet, though. And I don't care what my husband says. I got to pay the bill somehow. And we both can't be working outside the house because we ain't going to be able to afford that gas on his Tahoe. My car is great for him to be driving around, but damn.
Did you know that Missouri passed a bill allowing power companies to charge you for a plant before it's even built? Now, they're rolling out the welcome mat to these massive data centers. Those companies should be paying their own way, but they're not. But the grid updates, the power line update, new power plants to handle the new load, that's going to land on your bill. And it doesn't matter who your provider is.
As more Missouri residents speak out, the financial strain is becoming impossible to ignore. Families are being forced to make difficult decisions as heating, cooling, and basic living costs continue to climb. Stay with us until the very end as these real stories reveal the harsh reality behind Missouri's growing utility and overall cost of living crisis.
Missouri just proudly passed a bill that would eliminate income tax. I'd like to break this down for those of you in the back. A consumption tax hurts poor people far more than it hurts millionaires. You have 2 eggs for breakfast. A millionaire has 2 eggs for breakfast. You both take 20% tax. Who just got hurt the worst? You're going to pay tax on having your house painted. You're going to pay taxes on having your kitchen cabinets installed. You're going to pay tax on having your lawn mowed. Who is being hurt the most by that tax? It's going to be poor people, not the millionaire. He already can afford his tax. So those of you out there celebrating Southwest Missouri, it's because you're too simple to understand the concept of a consumption tax. You have less. He will pay less taxes, percentage of his income, than you will. And I used to buy a new car every year. It was one of the biggest joys of my life. And 20% for a new car? I'll drive mine till the wheels fall off. Congratulations, Missouri.
All right, some education news for you. Right now, Missouri lawmakers have approved a nearly $49 billion state budget, and part of your taxpayer dollars will continue going towards those public schools across the state. Now, remember, this money helps pay for things like teachers, transportation, classroom programs, and those day-to-day operations. But one of the biggest debates came over how much schools should actually receive next year. Missouri's funding formula called for about $190 million more for K-12 education. Instead, lawmakers voted to keep funding at the same level as this year. Now, Republicans say education spending has already increased by nearly $1 billion since 2020, while you have Democrats arguing schools are still being underfunded under the state's own formula.
I just went into Roads 101 stop here in Cape Girardeau. And have they always been this expensive? I knew their gas was always just, a little bit more expensive. I get that. But bro, I went in to get a meat stick. One meat stick, not a package of meat. It was $5. $5 for a meat stick. I'm like, hell's bells. I may as well go to a full-fledged restaurant at this point and get I don't know, not Kenny's Flippin' Burgers, though, but a full-fledged restaurant. And I guess they changed all the food to street eats. They're now doing street eats. Who helped come up with this concept? Who rolled this out? Look, if you're going to do street tacos, you need a corn tortilla shell. And if only someone was there at the pitch meeting that was like, we need to have corn tortilla shells, then, they might have got corn tortilla shells. I don't know. That's a little bit of a rabbit hole, I guess, but holy goodness. I'm just waiting for my gas to fill up. It's almost there. Oof. I only filled up halfway because, prices and all.
Tariffs trigger the liquidation of a 116-year-old steel manufacturer in St. Louis, Missouri. Yes, Missouri voted Republican in 2020. a 116-year-old manufacturer. Another one bites the dust.
I want to take 1 minute to debunk a myth about the Republican plan to raise sales taxes. As expected, the Missourians I've spoken to are very skeptical, if not angry, at the plan to tax everything in order to eliminate the income tax. But to hide the obvious fact that it shifts taxes from the rich to the middle class and poor, I've seen a few Republicans claim that eliminating the income tax will mean more people want to work. As an economist, I kind of get it. The idea that what we tax, we discourage. So I tested the theory. Economists measure how much people want to work by looking at the labor force participation rate. That is, what percentage of working age adults either have a job or are looking for one. Turns out, while Missouri has an income tax and Texas, Tennessee, and Florida do not, Missouri has the highest labor force participation rate of any of those 4 states. So the next time someone tells you that moving from an income tax to an everything tax will get more Missourians into the labor force, you'll know that myth is busted.
When Missouri cuts income taxes, the only option is to tax the people who are already here, harder on everything that they buy. So Missouri is not Florida, right? Supporters of this bill keep pointing to Florida, Texas, and Tennessee. We don't have tourism money like Florida does. Florida is one of the most visited states on earth, in case you didn't know this. Disney World alone generates more economic activity than entire Missouri industries. Tourists pay Florida sales taxes. Missouri tourists do not subsidize Missouri's state budget at anywhere near that scale, obviously. What do we have, Branson? Weather has an economic advantage. Florida gets over 100 million visitors per year. People move there. Do we even need to say this out loud? Are you stupid? Yes, the weather in Florida is nice. Florida's property taxes are significantly higher than Missouri's. Homeowners pay more to fund local services. Missouri doesn't have that cushion. And we're also talking about getting rid of property taxes. Listen, I hate taxes as much as the next person, but just slashing something for the sake of wanting to fucking slash it and not have a solution of what you actually need to slash in the government to bring down the budget, I don't know.
I am extraordinarily frustrated. So every year, HUD, Housing and Urban Development, which is the leading federal organization in the country around homelessness, statistics, funding, all of it, every year they come up with a ranking of the best and worst cities in America at sheltering the chronically homeless. And once again, Kansas City is ranked dead last on that list. And this is 2 years in a row. So not only are we not making any kind of improvement, we are moving in the wrong direction because, by percentage, we are worse this year than we were last year. And let me put that into perspective a bit, to be ranked dead last. And we're ranked dead last among every major city in this country. So, if Kansas City and LA or New York were the same size, Kansas City would have more chronically homeless people here than in those places. I hope that helps paint a picture of how bad it is in Kansas City right now.
It's May 5th, 2026, and gas is $4.49 a gallon in St. Louis. On January 19th, 2025, gas in St. Louis was $2.94 a gallon. I drive a Honda, so I got a 14-gallon tank. To fill it up, it was $41.16. Today, because of this administration's war and the gas prices being $4.49 in St. Louis, to fill it up is $62.82. It's a difference of $21, almost $22. If the price stays up for a year, that's going to be like $1,200 more just in gas, because I fill up about once a week. I know a lot of people fill up 2 or 3 times a week. What are they going to do? I don't give a shit what the fucking stock prices are doing. This is going to crash the economy.
There's an old story about a Missouri Democrat who walked around with his light bill in his pocket because Republican policies had driven up the price of electricity in the state and in his neighborhood in general. He won his race, and he talked about his light bill nonstop. Now look at this. Power prices are expected to soar under new tax cut and spending law. Some of the sharpest increases could be felt in Republican-led states. My water bill in my tiny little town went up 100%. No exaggeration, just a few months ago. And now town council meetings are full because this was felt in the pocketbook of everyone in my community. This is what they mean when they talk about kitchen table issues. And here's a kitchen table issue. I went to look at the price of ground beef at my local Walmart, and it's almost $9 a pound. Even the cheap stuff is almost $7 a pound. Folks can't afford to live right now.
$4.19 a freaking gallon. I don't know where it is where you live, but that's what it is where I live. And I'll tell you right now, I feel like they're pushing to get us all in electric cars. What the hell? People are working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. Dump truck drivers, They fuel where I work. $1,000. And you know that fuel's not lasting them a full week. Come on now. Ridiculous. Absolutely insanity is what it is. Here we are, paying $4.19 a gallon for how long? For how freaking long? Like, come on. Somebody make it make sense, because holy bananas.
Kansas Cityans love all things barbecue, but here's the thing. Your plate could be getting pricier. In Overland Park, Harp Barbecue cut daily brisket and burnt end sales to just selling on the weekends in order to focus on pushing other meat products. But why is beef so pricey? A local rancher can explain it a lot better than I can.
We're at an all-time low of the cattle in the United States. And then especially in Johnson County, land costs are extremely high. It takes 16 months to raise a steer from birth until they're ready to butcher. So that's a long time. And so if you don't have that inventory of animals, then you don't have the inventory of beef for the final product.
The average price for a gallon of gas in Missouri is above $4 for the first time since 2022.
So I kid you not, every gas station that I drove by in Kansas City, Missouri, the price was $4.29, and I'm like, surely not. And I finally get to a gas station, and yeah, the price is still $4.29. It's beautiful. Thank you, whoever's doing this.
I think I budget like $200 to $300 a month just for gas.
People are looking for ways to save at the pump, whether it's paying with cash or loyalty rewards programs, as gas on average in the Kansas City metro is up by at least 30 cents a gallon week to week. $4.29 a gallon. And Kansas City drivers tell me that they're feeling it everywhere tonight.
They'll be taking food out the mouth. I mean, you know, the grass still grows. So they're even mowing the lawn in North Korea. You know what I mean? So
I am paying almost $45 to fill this up at 3/4 of a tank because I can't allow my gas to get that low anymore.
There's some experts that are warning gas could near $5 at the end of this month.
As we've seen, these rising utility costs are impacting more than monthly budgets. They're reshaping the daily lives of hardworking families across Missouri. The stories shared today highlight growing concerns about affordability, economic pressure, and how rapidly increasing expenses are affecting communities throughout America. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If this story resonated with you, please like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe for more real stories from everyday Americans, and click on the video on your screen now to continue hearing powerful experiences from people across the nation.